Part 2.
But yeah, they're all forced, whether you're white or black, especially black and white poor people who have no other choice but to mingle in with each other on a similar, you know what I'm saying, like we're gonna go in the same stores, we're gonna shop at the same place, we're gonna be around each other. You know what I'm saying? Certain people are probably never gonna meet because economically we're most likely not gonna be in the same places unless it's a buyer-seller relationship. But you were in an area where I've been to, and I've never felt that. Not saying that what you went through isn't real, is irrelevant. It happened in your mind, it happened in your feeling, it happened in your experience. They could have been projecting that to you that time. That's real to you, and that's fucking real, and that should be talked about. It just, me personally, I've never been. I've seen, you know, certain times where I created a situation and then they got hostile. I've seen certain times where I created a situation and they didn't get like that. So it depends on, I think it's all relationship based and how you feel about it and how they reacted towards your feelings.
I think
it depends
like
on
this.
If I disturb the peace in certain ways
like
that
this.
has a certain pseudo peace.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Let me say this. Look.
Go ahead.
I don't even know. It really is a spiritual warfare going on. I want to call it some political atheist explanation because I do got some of those. Basically, like it's this level of, what's the word? Inactive racism that's always active subtly. You feel me? How do I explain it? It's always a non-activated racial hatred that can be activated very fast. Basically, it's like degrees you deal with. You know what I'm saying? Just like masonry. In society, as a regular black man in the civilian society, there's an overall base level racism you deal with, but you can activate.
The difference between that and masonry.
This is good. That's how you know this
people
is good.
Hold on. People don't choose to be white.
This is a good point,
people
bro.
Choose to be Masons.
But this is a good point. That's how you know it was good. You had to say something. That's how you know I'm making a good point. But look, all right, let me hurry up.
That's how.
Let me hurry up. Basically, it's like degrees, like masonry, I said. And I'm saying, look, there's a base degree level of racism that everybody is subjected to every day. And as a black person, you can elevate that fast. You can activate a higher level, and even without activating it, you can still be acquainted, or you can be exposed or be confronted by extreme level racism at any time. Because the base level water, it's like water. You can go deeper, you can go deep, and then it's real monsters down at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So everybody kind of functions on a surface level, swimming as if there's no real carnivorous, predatory, humongous Godzilla monster beneath them in the ocean of America. And me, I just happen to shake the water up a little bit. I disturb the waters just enough that a bigger monster beneath me of the organizational racism that can easily erupt. There used to be mobs that would literally align themselves, gather. It would be certain people who would organize and create a mob, and it was a natural societal phenomenon for white people to gather up, find a nigga, take him out of jail, beat him, and hang him.
In the past.
But don't you think society?
I don't give a fuck about that because that ain't happening now. So I'm focused on the
That's
now
not
and the
happening
moment.
now?
I'm not talking. Let me know when it happened last week.
Okay.
When did it happen last week?
Okay.
Because it was a time when it was happening.
Okay,
weekly.
last week. Let me think. Last week specific.
Why you think about that?
No, here we go.
Last week. Go ahead.
Last week, there was an instance of a black woman calling the police on two little white girls because they was selling cookies outside or selling water outside without a permit. The reason the black woman had done it is because of a previous event where black children is outside. They don't have to lynch. They're not. The process has evolved. The tendency or the natural function has evolved. Instead of them gathering crowds, they just call the police. And the police come, and what do?
Last week also, it was two black children that was selling lemonade and candy outside their house, and somebody called the police on them. And two white cops showed up, and instead of arresting them, guess what else they did? They helped them get their permit
Word.
And, yes, they help them get their permits and help them sell even more and make more money.
I'm not mad at that.
Right.
I mean, that's not even a big deal. I mean,
why that's not a big deal?
You know why that's not a big deal? Because to compare that to the outrage, the proportion.
So give the negative more attention than the positive, and then instead of our focusing on the positive to replenish that, to keep that going, we're gonna only focus on the negative and to keep that going. Because your focus becomes your reality, in my opinion. Now, let me get to the point I was talking about with Dewey's, with your experience and all that. White people are also forced to play, or they're not forced to, but they're encouraged to play this racial game, either by their ignorance or by their activism.
You're not really forced.
No, black people ain't forced either. We just choose to. That's why I changed it to encourage.
There you go.
Black people and white people. Now we're forced to, not forced, we're encouraged to play a role. I'm going to be the oppressed. See, I'm going to be oppressor. I didn't choose to be black, and that person didn't choose to be white. So, but by the racial matrix that was created before your even birth, black or white, you are going to choose to be on this side. And unless you make some type of, screaming, dedication and declarance of your position politically, you are automatically going to choose to be, that's the stance you stand for. Or even if you don't want to deal with it, matter of fact, for not dealing with, you're racist or you're coon. And white people are forced to or encouraged to be on that level of pawn just as much as we are. They didn't choose to be fucking white. They're not fucking racist. They may be racist based off incubation, but if they're racist off of incubation and they're reactionary to that, that means that we must be inferior, because the definition of racism is to feel superior according to your old race, which is also a made-up complex as well, concept, and that means that we must feel insecure about our race, that we still give a fuck what they think of us. We still trying to plead to them and say, hey, you know what, man, you should feel this way about us, or that way, or this way. Why the fuck will I be? This is why I had to take a step back from the pro-blacks a little bit and then focus, not pro-black, but the pro-black, focus. And the pro-black focus was, hey, let me appeal to how white people feel about us. Instead of, hey, man, what do we feel about us? What the hell we gonna do about us? And then when I start doing that, I'm going into pro-black meetings, and the main thing they're talking about is how white people treat us. I don't got, fuck that shit. I know that. I've been there. We've done that. That's a good thing for first grade. It's like when you're in the, going to school and shit. Yeah, you learn your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s. I learned the 1, 2, 3s and ABCs of racism. I know what the white people did. Okay, so we'll start. What we gonna do? How long I gotta learn about what they meant?
Keep going.
All right. How long I'm gonna have to learn about what they feel about us? And sometimes we force how they're gonna feel about us, and not even in political conversations that we both choose to be in. Now, sometimes when you're, protesting, you're boycotting, you should,
I told you the black dude. And ironically,
maybe he fucked with you because of racism.
The white people were polite. The white people politely ignored me. You know what I'm saying?
The same way you did.
And I'm telling you, the white people, they gave me subtle gestures of observing, noticing me, being conscious, but consciously not reacting. They were consciously noticing, like, okay, some of them turned their heads, some of them continued the conversations. A Chinese girl who was next to me, she was like, ooh, she heard what I said, she gave me a reactionary face. But the black dude, out of all the people who reacted, nobody has said anything. The black dude, big man, walked up on my left side like, I think it's best you keep that to yourself.
And here's the great point about that.
And it's cool. I'm not
probably thought you was gonna fuck it up for him.
Maybe
like,
so.
damn, nigga, you fuck it up for me to come.
I don't know.
Dewey's is a chill ass place.
It was a relaxed place. Nobody was bothered. There was no altercation. There was no trouble. But
I ain't gonna say it's not.
But the black man initiated a disagreeable interaction verbally. Said something to me that which led to me feeling pretty offended or kind of defensive, responded defensively, hostile, boom. Next thing you know, the other brown staff member, I'm not going to say he was a black man. He looked like he was more Hawaiian or Indian or something, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't look completely black. And you know, the other staff members were politely ignoring even the interaction between me and the dude, because I walked away from him like, bro, hold on, bro. I'm from the streets too. I'm like, man, chill, bro. I don't want to go there with you, bro. Like, leave me alone, bro. I didn't ask for your opinion. I'm going to speak how I choose to, bro. And then next you know, the other black dude who was preparing the mango smoothie, not the other woman or the white guy who was there who could have easily spoken or voiced their, what's the word, disapproval. The other brown man walked up. Do you want what you want it what you're ordering, bro? Do you want your order, bro? I'm like, bro. So what, you're not gonna cease to give me what I need?
They probably thought you.
I had walked away from the big dude.
They probably thought you was a bad representation of black people.
I mean, I'm not concerned what.
I know you're not concerned of it, but maybe that's part of the racial pawn game too, because we like to invoke ourselves, like when we see a black person do something or portray a certain thing on TV or whatever, we like, oh man, you making us look bad. But we also will do that in amongst of people that are, some white people have a racial insecurity that has another side to it. Meaning we don't act out, meaning we don't call shit out. Like, we try to behave a certain way around black people. So when somebody's behaving outside of the matrix, how we should act, we like, damn, you know, you outside of the matrix here.
That right.
And so that's his side.
It's a variety.
Y'all niggas is on the same.
It's a wide variety.
Y'all on the same
of
chess level of pawns.
Y'all
niggas is still pawns in the game.
I did not engage him at all.
Good. That was wide.
You know, I mean, he spoke to me. He spoke to me. Then I responded. I said, brother, hold on, bro. I didn't ask for your opinion, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
you handled that smarter than I would. I would have been like, damn, man,
he started responding very quickly with a slight passive aggression. I'm like, look, bro, hold on, man. Bro, we don't have to stay in here with it, bro. I'm from 149 Kinsman, bro. There's a lot of people that know me, bro. Don't fuck with me, bro. Please leave me alone, sir. I don't want to go there with you, bro. He like, he's like, brother, what you need to do is be quiet with the discussion, brother. What you need to do is da-da-da. I'm like, bro, hold on. That's when the other dude also involved himself and kind of, you know, what's the word? Compounded the situation by him also adding his disapproval of the situation and also threatening to not even give me what I ordered after this man engaged me initially. I said, yes, these people is racist. People do have the right to be outraged. When I saw that unanimous reaction from more than one person compounding
that doesn't mean they're racist.
I mean,
I'm causing the scene.
No. The discussion I was having, the topic of the discussion I was having, okay, was how our conformity indirectly can reinforce destructive things. So, boom, when I walked into the environment of Dewey's, I'm like, yes, racism. It came to my head again when I saw the segregation and how the whole format of the American business structure, you feel me? I couldn't help but notice it again. I said, bruh, that's what our conformity does. We don't even realize. We helping to contribute to very destructive things that oppress people and make their lives hard. You know what I'm saying? That's the black dude got speaking in on me. Boom. That's when all type of confusion.
You said occurred. That. You said all that while you went into a white-owned business, paid a white person, and not go down the street. That's a black-owned business. Zanzibar.
Damn. Who is she?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Weird.
Sister.
I wanna, ma'am.
Oh no. She going to my apartment. Hold on, man.
Right,
she'll be
she
back.
going to meet you. Right, he said after these messages.
We be right back.
She was that beautiful. I won't lie.
Right, no, what are you talking about?
But yeah, God is good. You know, that had to be some type of like godly, divine orchestration.
Right, though.
You know, but I ain't mad at the structure of society. But yes, I mean, actually, I am.
You know what it reminds me of?
I ain't mad at the individuals, but
black people dealing with the police. I always wanted to, I never put this out on camera, and if I did, let me know, y'all. When black people, there's two ways that generally black people who have issues, emotional and mental issues with the police react. And it's either extremely hostile or they're extremely timid, and both of those damage and cause more black deaths. I'm gonna tell you how. If I'm constantly timid around black police when they come to me and yes sir, you know, okay, and I put on my voice and I'm acting all just, you know, frigid, scared and whatever and stiff, they're gonna create that in their mind. No, they ain't gonna be intimidated by that.
No, that's how you're acting.
Your intimidation reaction, you can be intimidated all you want in your, you know, in your mind, but not behave the way. But when you behave that way, they thinking, well, that is how typically a nigga should act. You should be that fucking humble every time. That scared, that humble, that frigid, that bitch made. And anytime a black person acts outside of that, let's get to before I even say that, then there's another way. Hostile. Hey nigga, fuck y'all niggas, man. Whatever, and they could be asking just for ID or regular shit, but you automatically just got a hostile mentality towards police. You just anti these niggas. If they ask you the weather, nigga, fuck the weather. Nigga, you make it rain. Nigga, what's good? Something. You just got aggression towards them. So you have those extremes, man. And here's the thing though, when you especially the timid is really dangerous itself too. In the fact that when you act that way, they expect you to be that way constantly. That because you fed their ego, you made them feel comfortable, you didn't behave your way. And when there's a medium being fucking you, being yourself, because I know I've freaked other black people out and white people around me when I was just me and the police came to me. And I've been the hostile nigga and I've been the timid nigga. I've been all that shit. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you have a hostile way towards acting towards them, you're going to excite something that may not be there or may be small. You're only going to ignite the flame in relationship. And they either may write you a ticket, put you in jail, may buck at you just because your fucking demeanor, your attitude. You're more than likely, not saying that it won't happen if you don't do that, but you're only going to increase chances of it. Timid people, you're going to increase the expectations that we all like that. So even when the person's acting normal, he just chill, he cool, he just, hey, you know, you got your job, I got your job to do here, make it easier, boom, boom, do that. And he ain't acting scared. Oh, this nigga is threatening right now. He ain't even that threatening. You have to, your views of yourself first have to change. And not only that, just on white people and black people may have to alter. Our fear.
Hey, that story makes me think of this. What happened to me? I posted the images on Facebook of the paperwork I had got when they towed my Cadillac in Cleveland Heights. Remember that story? I posted the images of how I had to purchase my car back from the impound, and they detained me, took me to the hospital, and tried to say I was displaying symptoms of real strong mental illness, paranoia, and certain like 5150 symptoms, something like that, and had me admitted to the hospital down at University. They took me to University Hospital, took my car. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, because this story good, real ish. All right. Basically, you talk about not being too aggressive, hostile, and not being too timid. Now, I have been pulled over multiple times because of the Cadillac I had bought with settlement money because of the violation of my rights. So I'm driving down the street one night on my way to go see somebody. I had been being pulled over. I had been pulled over like 2-3 times in the past week. Don know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they kept hitting me for the tents and stuff, but I felt like it was like more of a profiling thing. You know what I'm saying? I was willing to get the tents off though, but you know, one night I was just tired of it. I was going through Cleveland Heights on one of them back streets, parallel to Lee Road. Like over there where the library is, behind them back streets where the neighborhood is. A police officer saw me. I tried to cut down an opposite navigational direction from where I thought the officer was going. Somehow when I made the right turn going towards Shaker, at the next intersection I got to, the officer happened to be there. And it was a street that had no left turn for a while. Basically it was all houses, and on the right side it was just like 3 streets. And I had got to the intersection of the first street where the officer was. I stopped. There was no stop sign for me. He had a stop sign, no. He stopped, he hit his light, like click, click. I hit my light, like no, click, click, let him go. So he waited for me patiently. I'm like, oh, hell no. I hit my light again, like, no, I'm not moving. Click, click. He hit his light. And it got real awkward and tense. Then he finally went and made a left turn around me, right? And went past me. I started to go straight down this straight shot so I could get to the left turn I needed to make. Next thing you know, I look in my rear view, I seen the police turning into a driveway as if he was gonna pull me over. I immediately pulled into the first driveway right there, like I'm tired of this shit.
I was about to say that too.
Yes,
like
bro. Yes, bro. This is exactly what happened, bro. When you try to do it in the most skillful, like cautionary but firm manner, the most like intelligent approach, but like firm, because I was tired of being harassed. I hopped out the car kind of fast. I had that long trench coat you saw in the back. I had that on, right? I stepped out into the street. I put my hand up. The officer didn't even turn his lights on. I got out there that fast. He didn't even put his lights on. He just rolled past me, real fast, almost like he was trying to hit me. Like he was close. I stepped away like, damn, what the hell? And it was almost snowing outside. But anyway, he pulled up like 5 houses past me into a driveway and turned around, threw his spotlight on me. And I was walking with my hand on my jacket. I said, sir, excuse me, what is the reason you harassed? Before I could even finish the statement, the dude reversed his truck right into a parked vehicle on the street. This happened just last year. The paperwork is on my Facebook. Go to my photos, I'll show you. And then look, the university hospital paperwork said I fought the police. When you fight with police, look on my paperwork on Facebook, bro. Okay. But anyways, yeah. Okay, so boom, the dude hit the damn car, parked. I said, oh shit, I stopped approaching him. You feel me? He rolled his window down, pulled the car off the other parked vehicle, started yelling. Why the fuck you run up with your hands in your pocket? I'm like, sir, I didn't run up with my hands in my pocket. I said, sir, I just want to know why you was following me. He started yelling in the midst of me as if we were battling to give the public perception. Because we knew it was about to be a crowd of people outside, bruh. Like I'm telling you, he really smacked the car, this police officer. I bet you they got the documents. Go to Cleveland Heights, ask if they have.
That's the story, you know.
But anyways, yeah, he's like, get on your knees. I get on my knees, bro. I knew what time it was. Next thing you know, cars start flooding all different intersections. All the streets I said on that straight shot, every street they could come on, they start coming on, like 5 different cars. You know, officers started approaching me. I had my hands up, you feel me? I'm like, man, this is so silly, y'all. This is a misunderstanding. I was trying to use that talent of humor to slip under the radar, but I knew it was a terrible situation. I was just trying to gently diffuse it. Like taming a snake. I was snake charming them white people, but it didn't work. They put my hands behind my back, put the cuffs on me. It was like at least 6 to 8 officers now. It was a large white officer who was the one who hit the car. He was like, yeah, what the fuck was on your mind? Started yelling, creating a fiasco. People started coming out of their homes in front of the officers. He was giving, I said, sir, you are harassing me, sir. I was paranoid. I didn't like the way you were continually following me, sir. It seemed as if you were stalking me, sir. I've been pulled over repeatedly, sir. I didn't want any problems. I didn't want any altercation, sir. I tried my best to explain it in the most diplomatic, respectful manner I could, but at the same time, he undermined me and he what's the word, slandered me. And you know, the officer, they start talking like, what are we gonna do with the car? What are we gonna do with the car? I started trying to tell a joke while they was talking about my car to some other officers. I'm like, man, this is so silly, guys. Like, do you see this, all of this reinforcements for this cat in a tree, my bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. Laugh with me, laugh with me. He looked at it was 2 young officers. They looked at me with the most stone cold stare. But anyways, the big officers talked about it. They like, yeah, we gonna tow the car. I'm like, sir, please. I just started screaming hysterically to show the neighbors that they were violating my rights, that they were like mistreating me. I started screaming, please help me. Please don't tow my vehicle. I don't have the money, officer. I can't pay for it. A big white officer, they let me yell for a second. Dude eventually got in my face like, what the hell is your... Shut up, we're towing the car. He just started yelling at me like, you know what I'm saying? I just got quiet. He was like, you're lucky we're just doing that. I'm like, all right, sir. You know, and the black guy started grabbing me. He was a light-skinned, Hispanic-looking officer, Cleveland Heights Police. Real kind of muscular dude, you know, with a clean cut. He still work for him now. He started talking to me, trying to, like, psychologically, like, what's the word? Make me find doubt in myself. Like he tried to like really like discredit me in a discussion with me. You know, he started trying to really like, I felt like he was trying to psychologically like undermine me and disrespect me and like kind of demoralize me a little bit. Anyways, he was like, look, bro, what was on your mind, man? I'm like, bro, man, I'm tired of being harassed, my brother. Shouldn't you understand? He was like, man, I mean, that's suicide, though. You're walking up on the car, man. I mean, you're an idiot. I mean, it's idiotic. I'm like, bro, I was just peacefully and respectfully approaching the man in order to ask him what was the purpose behind him following and harassing me. I was very uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I felt harassed. He hadn't even put his lights on, bro. He's like, man, you're just, man, you're suicidal, bro. Just shut up, man. Get in the car. He's like, just forget it, man. Decided to put me right into the back of the car. They drove me down to Euclid, towed my vehicle. And, you know, in the midst of the car, were like kind of like antagonizing me further. Like, yeah, man, what the hell, man? Yeah, Johnson hit the car, da-da-da. Like, they were upset with me about the fact they're...
And he hit the motherfucker, he was...
Yeah. So when we get downtown, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking crazy, my pants sagging, my hands behind my back. I got a fucking trench coat and a hoodie on because it was cold outside. That's what I was wearing in my Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? But when I got to the hospital looking like that, I looked crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? They started like really strongly slandering me to the hospital staff. Like, yeah, you know, he showed symptoms of like schizophrenia, bipolar. I mean, obviously, you know, it's paranoid delusions. He said something.
They
about
know you
racism.
very well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, yeah. You know, he was saying something about, you know, us being out to hurt him or something like that. And, you know, he tried to also throw in some untrue things as well to really deeply put the nail in the coffin and really reinforce the lies on me. You know what I'm saying? To the hospital staff. And it was a big ass gay dude. It was weird, man. I was very outraged. And I felt like it was intentionally, psychologically set up for me to become outraged, upset with the fucking violation of my human rights and my value as a human. It was just such a disservice and an injustice I was being subjected to, which would outrage anyone. But it was the perfect situation psychologically. What's the word? Like, it was prepared and it was psychologically engineered, or it was a setup basically for me to
I'm gonna say this.
Incriminate
and I gotta
myself.
Go take care of something. That shit is fucked up.
Feel me?
I see both sides,
Feel
but
me?
mainly your side because you're telling me and I only know your story.
Right.
Because I've been there when I was worried about why the fuck the police is doing this, and then boldly.
But look.
you gotta
I wasn't even done. Look, at the end of the day, I went there. I spoke to the hospital staff. If anything that the police said was justified, the hospital staff would have confirmed it. The lady put on the paperwork that I fought the police, which shows how erroneous what the police account was, and released me and didn't do a damn thing. And I got my car back the next motherfucking day. Facts. Until to finish the conclusion of that? Okay, yes.
That's why you ended it. You definitely did.
Yes, I did.
I just want to say that I noticed that when my heavy run-ins with the police, you know what I'm saying, when I was having constant motherfucking interactions with them, whether it was minor or major, is when my conscious, including now I realize my subconscious was, oh shit, nigga, these niggas is already after to get me. I already know what these niggas about. I ain't saw what y'all did on the news. I had certain experience with y'all. My friends had a certain experience. People I know looked it up. All that shit. So anytime I see y'all, I expect y'all to be on shit. I'm not just on game. I am peep game. I'm shit, nigga. I am the game master. I studied y'all, right? And even when there was times where I was doing some foul shit, so I understand that was gonna. I was breaking into houses at some point. But so I understood. I knew I was going to have run-ins with y'all. But when I stopped and not even doing illegal shit, didn't have weed on me, wasn't drinking in public, none of that shit, still ran into the police, man. Still ran into y'all motherfuckers. And I now realized a part of that, not saying all of it, because it's not like I can't avoid y'all motherfuckers. A part of that was my conscious and subconscious. if I have a slave subconscious or oppressed subconscious, I'm gonna attract my master. I'm gonna if I'm oppressed, if I really feel like I am down to my soul, I'm gonna attract my quote unquote oppressor. You gonna attract motherfucker what you focus on. I noticed when I did not give a fuck, even when I was doing wrong shit, because I applied this shit when I was doing wrong shit too, and I'll get into that later. When I noticed, I start seeing these niggas less. I rarely see these niggas, even when I'm doing wrong, even when I'm fucking. I usually drink in public because I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm just and there was a time when I got in jail a while ago for jaywalking. 4 days in jail for jaywalking.
Damn.
Nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Extreme.
That's extreme. You talk about what he went through. That was crazy.
Yeah,
I went in jail.
That's an outrageous
Shaker Heights jail
right
for
there.
jaywalking, nigga.
Ridiculous.
And I wasn't even back talking to the police for real. I was
man,
chastising them for what they were doing to me at the moment.
that's crazy.
Right.
That's
So
crazy. That I will admit, that's an extreme injustice to me.
this I've been doing a lot of quote unquote illegal shit. Like I've taken things in stores and ate it in the store, and the police caught me.
Well,
I've been drinking.
drinking.
I've been drinking in public, and that's a fucking legal. I've done worse shit, but I ain't gonna get into that detail. And the police have literally came up to me and was like, hey, man, you know you can't do that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just my subconscious. I don't view these niggas as my oppressors or my enemies. I don't give a fuck about these niggas, man. I don't even go out the house thinking that our police is gonna bother me. Not just consciously, in my fucking in my spirit. I don't go out with a loser mentality. So I don't track niggas who got a winning mentality over me. Even if we do cross paths, you nigga, even when I did get in trouble, it was time. I have a fucking warrant against me right now. And police and the FBI came to my house and told me about it. Still didn't even arrest me, nigga. And I don't think that. And if it was just police shit, that this certain subconscious and this conscious shift in my mind, and it changed my surroundings and what I attracted. If it was just that, I wouldn't go by it. You know, I also know that it's fucking real. I'll give you another testimony. When I first went to jail, it was with this motherfucker. I was like, we was in some crazy shit. But when I first went to jail, in the suburban inner city jail, and on our way downtown, they was like, yeah, they gonna fuck with y'all. We was asking, how's it gonna be, man? What's it gonna be like? His first reaction was like, oh yeah, man, the food ain't that much. Nigga, we don't give a fuck about the food. Big nigga already stole my crackers in this bitch. I don't give a damn about the food. He was like, yeah, they gonna fuck with you. And lo and behold, I went down there with that mentality. I'm gonna get fucked with. Niggas gonna bother me. I'm a weak ass nigga and pray all these criminals. Lo and behold, I got fucked with. Twice. Because I went down there. The first 2 times I had to go down there. The first time I got kind of fucked with. The second time, nigga literally put his hand in my food and grabbed it and said, you don't need this shit. Nigga got fucked with and had to fight that nigga and all that. But anyway, this is the last 2 times. Because it's crazy, right? The last time I actually didn't do anything. Somebody just didn't like me on Facebook, put me in their shit. I had to go downtown for jail. I'm like, first of all, I don't belong here. So I don't give a fuck about catering to nobody. I don't give a fuck about being nice or bullshitting. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to put even extra stank on me, and I hope somebody piss me off. Not only did these niggas not fuck with me, I'm in the jail with these criminals, these fucking rapists, killers, people who they all, you know, depending on what they did, they all was in their initial intake pod. Not only did they not fuck with me, these niggas asking me for shit, offering me food, and I didn't even ask these niggas to do that. I'm in there talking shit to COs, to whatever. I'm just being me, unapologetically. I had 1 to 0 fucking confrontations in that motherfucker. I was just me and focus on myself, and I'm good. I'm gonna get out this bitch. I don't like being here, but I'm focusing on my plan out this motherfucker. What I'm gonna do out that. I wasn't focused on, hey, yo, these COs gonna come after me. These other tougher niggas that been in here long. I wasn't attracting that. I didn't let that My demeanor wasn't it. My subconscious, my conscious mind, I didn't create that around me. Your focus can become your reality. It's not saying that it's 100% proof that you're always going to avoid or you're going to create some shit. But you do have a lot of control of what can happen to you or what can happen for you. You have that. You focus on all these, with the white person thinking on you, or with some, or for women too, you focus on, oh man, this next man gonna play me, this next man gonna play me. Why you focus on that? Because you didn't conquer that shit yet. So you're gonna keep getting reminded of that, and it's gonna keep happening to you until you defeat that shit in yourself first. Give a fuck about these white people and shit. I don't give a fuck about. And once I stopped giving a fuck, I had to start giving a fuck about what black people think about how we should act. How we should act. I don't give a damn. I don't follow your rules. Nobody. I follow rules that work for me and work for people that I work with. And that's only sometimes. Sometimes I break that shit too. But that doesn't let motherfucking racist cops and racist people off the hook. I know you're out there. I know you exist. I know you got your bias. I don't give a fuck about your life or what you do. I walk with God, nigga.
Respect.